Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about the huge problem we are facing nowadays and its impact on our youth. Family vlogging has grown in prominence, particularly on platforms like YouTube and Instagram, where families document and share aspects of their lives with a wide audience. While some view this as harmless entertainment or even a source of income, there are deeper concerns about the potential negative impact on viewers, particularly teenagers and youth. In the context of Islam, the ethical, social, and moral implications of family vlogging deserve serious consideration, especially in terms of the influence it can have on younger generations. Islamic perspective on privacy and modesty. At the core of Islam's teachings is the concept of privacy and modesty, which is fundamental to protecting one's dignity and that of others. Islam emphasizes the need to safeguard one's personal life from unnecessary exposure. This idea is derived from the Quran and Hadith. Quran 24:27-28, O you who have believed, do not enter houses other than your own houses until you have asked permission and greeted their inhabitants. That is better for you that perhaps you may be reminded. Hadith. Whoever covers the faults of his Muslim brother, Allah will cover his faults on the Day of Judgment. Sahih Muslim. This highlights the importance of guarding one's privacy, especially in the intimate spaces of the home, which family vlogging often exposes. When family members, particularly children, are filmed and their lives shared publicly, there is a potential violation of this principle. Children's rights and exposure. One of the most significant ethical issues regarding family vlogging is the exposure of children. In Islam, children are regarded as a trust, amana, and parents are responsible for their upbringing, protection, and well-being. Hadith. It is a right upon the father to provide his child with a good upbringing. Al-Adab al-Mufrad. Children, especially young ones, cannot fully consent to being filmed or having their private lives shared with the world. They might not understand the potential consequences of being on a public platform. Once uploaded, the content remains accessible, potentially forever, exposing children to unforeseen risks. Islam places great emphasis on protecting children from harm, and vlogging can sometimes inadvertently expose them to emotional, social, or psychological harm. There is a risk that they may face bullying, negative attention, or emotional distress as they grow older and become more aware of their online presence. Impact on teenagers. The rise of a perfect image. In the context of youth and teenagers, family vlogs can contribute to unrealistic expectations about life, success, and happiness. These platforms often present an idealized version of reality, where families are portrayed as living perfect, drama-free, and affluent lives. The danger lies in the fact that teenagers may internalize these portrayals, leading to several harmful consequences. 1. Comparison and jealousy. Teenagers are highly impressionable and sensitive to social comparison. Constant exposure to curated, idealized family lives can create unrealistic expectations about relationships, wealth, and personal achievements. Teenagers may begin to compare their own lives unfavorably with the seemingly perfect lives of vloggers, leading to feelings of inadequacy, low self-esteem, or even jealousy. This can be exacerbated by the materialistic tendencies often showcased in vlogs, where luxury items and extravagant vacations are glamorized. 2. Social media addiction. Many teenagers spend large amounts of time on social media, consuming content, and attempting to emulate what they see online. Family vlogs, with their engaging, easily digestible content, can contribute to social media addiction. This may detract from the time teenagers spend on more meaningful activities, such as studying, developing real-life relationships, or engaging in productive hobbies. Over time, the pressure to constantly consume content may negatively affect their mental health and social well-being. 3. Narcissism and self-absorption. Family vlogs, especially those that focus on the family's personal achievements and day-to-day lives, can inadvertently foster a sense of narcissism. Teenagers may begin to see their own lives as a show that needs to be broadcasted for others to admire. This can lead to an inflated sense of self-worth based on external validation, particularly likes, comments, and followers. This aligns with the broader societal issues of vanity and materialism that Islam warns against. 4. Desensitization to privacy. Teenagers growing up in the era of vlogging may not fully appreciate the importance of personal boundaries and privacy. In a world where everything is often shared online, they may develop a lack of awareness about the value of keeping certain aspects of life private. This can have long-term effects on their own future relationships, especially when it comes to marriage and family life, where privacy and modesty are central tenets of Islamic teachings. The ethical dilemma of exploitation. From an Islamic standpoint, family vlogging can also lead to the ethical issue of exploitation. If the primary motivation behind vlogging is for monetary gain, e.g., through advertisements, sponsorships, or donations, it raises concerns about the commodification of family life. The Quran speaks against earning wealth in unethical or unjust ways. Quran 2:188, and do not consume one another's wealth unjustly or send it, in bribery, to the rulers in order that they might aid you to consume a portion of the wealth of the people in sin, while you know it is unlawful. If the focus of family vlogging is driven by the desire to accumulate wealth, it could be seen as an exploitative practice. This is particularly concerning when children are involved. They may not understand the implications of their participation and could be exploited in the process. Their images and identities may be monetized without fully understanding the consequences. Moreover, the exposure of their lives may be compromising their future in ways they cannot foresee. In Islam, the principle of protecting one's dignity and reputation is paramount. Vlogging can sometimes blur the lines of this ethical standard. The concept of riya, show-off, in Islam. Islam places significant importance on sincerity in actions. The concept of riya, show-off or performing actions for the sake of gaining admiration or approval from others, is considered a form of hypocrisy. The Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, warned against the desire for praise and recognition. Hadith: whoever shows off, Allah will expose his faults. Sahih Muslim. If family vlogging is motivated by a desire for fame, recognition, or validation, it may fall into the category of riya. This could be detrimental to the moral and spiritual well-being of the vlogger and their audience, particularly teenagers, who may start to value external validation more than inner sincerity and faith. The dangers of inappropriate content. Many family vlogs are filled with light-hearted, fun moments, but some also delve into controversial, inappropriate, or even harmful content. This might include arguments between family members, excessive displays of wealth or consumerism, or exaggerated, dramatized content that lacks real substance. Such content can shape the attitudes and values of young viewers, normalizing behavior that contradicts Islamic principles. 1. Lack of modesty. In some family vlogs, even if the content is light-hearted, it might include immodest behavior or attire that goes against Islamic standards. Islam teaches modesty not just in dress but in speech and behavior. Young viewers may internalize such standards and become desensitized to the importance of modesty in their own lives. 2. Materialism. Family vlogs that focus heavily on material goods, lavish lifestyles, and consumerism can lead teenagers to prioritize wealth and material success over spiritual growth and moral values. This emphasis on materialism goes against the Islamic value of humility, where wealth is seen as a test and should not be the primary goal in life. A call for balance. In conclusion, family vlogging presents several challenges and concerns from an Islamic perspective, particularly in its potential impact on teenagers and youth. The primary issues revolve around privacy, modesty, the protection of children's rights, the risk of unrealistic comparisons, the potential for narcissism, and the ethical concerns of exploitation and materialism. Islam encourages families to engage in activities that are beneficial for their well-being, uphold moral values, and protect the privacy of their lives. Parents who engage in family vlogging must carefully consider their intentions and ensure that they do not violate Islamic principles of modesty, privacy, and ethical conduct. Teenagers, in particular, must be guided in understanding the realities behind online content, and the value of their own dignity and self-worth must be emphasized over the fleeting validation of social media fame. Islam teaches that true happiness and success are found in maintaining a balance between worldly affairs and spiritual growth, keeping family life private when needed, and seeking to contribute positively to society. Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about the huge problem we are facing nowadays and its impact on our youth. Family vlogging has grown in prominence, particularly on platforms